With the bright spot that was Inside Out 2 last year, Elio was Pixar's chance to once again show why they are considered one of the premier and best animation studios in the entire world. Unfortunately, I believe Elio couldn't truly reach those heights and ended up probably falling into the pretty good but forgettable side of Pixar's filmography. It's definitely way better than something like Cars 2 or The Good Dinosaur, even though that doesn't really say much. However, it struggles to match up head to head against the classics. But before we go any further, just wanted to quickly remind you to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I'm aiming for just 1,000 subscribers at the end of the year, so your help would be much appreciated. Alright, let's continue. While watching this movie in the theater, I couldn't help but compare it to another Pixar movie, and that is Luca. Besides the obvious comparison between them being that they both revolve around two boys and their friendship, it feels similarly small scale in its story, which thinking back makes sense and doesn't at the same time. Just stay with me. Elio is about a kid wanting to join a space society, which isn't really a grand story, and in that way it matches Luca. But it also has a bloodthirsty warlord as its antagonist, while Luca has Hercule. Retrospectively, it somewhat feels like Elio should have carried more weight behind the story. As expected with Pixar these days, the animation is absolutely gorgeous. The scenes on Earth are good and praiseworthy 100%, but it's the space scenes that blow me away. The colors and design of the creatures and the world is exactly why I love animation so much. The perfect society they are trying to depict comes to life wonderfully, and without the stunning animation the whole movie would crumble. The humor is surprisingly good as well. I laughed multiple times and I had no quarrels in that department. Furthermore, I do really feel for Elio at the start. His struggle with feeling alone and unwanted is well set up, and the opening scene of him falling in love with space is very well executed. His conflict to find somewhere he's wanted carries weight and is truly relatable in my opinion. We all have been places we don't feel like we belong. This leads exceptionally well narratively into his friendship with Gordon, which is incredibly cute, showing that even though most might call you weird, there's always some people out there that understand who you are. The duo frankly carries this movie emotionally throughout. My issues are more directed towards Elio and his aunt Olga. Like I touched on earlier, the conflict between Elio and his aunt is well set up from the first few scenes. The problem is they don't follow through on it all the way. The idea of her just knowing that the clone isn't truly Elio is very well done. It shows that she actually cares about Elio and knows him. Then she starts to believe him, that aliens are real, and starts searching for him, even going so far to learn his language. All this is great. But we don't see it on screen, it all happens off screen. Basically, it's just like 1 or 2 scenes. And there lies my issue, the execution. The ideas are great, the setup is great, but we don't really take it as far as we can go. It's not as emotional as it could be because we don't execute. This is most evident in the reconciliation scene at the end of the second act. It simply doesn't hit hard enough like it should. And I can't really say exactly why until I rewatch it again, but I know at least that the dialogue left much to be desired. Their scene together also dodging space debris is also a little bit undercooked. In the epilogue, Elio says something brilliant though. Unique can sometimes feel like you're alone. I'm taking from memory here, so don't quote me exactly on that, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Which is simply a beautiful sentiment that many need to hear. I just wish we explored that even more in the actual movie, and that just makes it frustrating that they just say it out loud at the end. I just wish we explored it in the actual movie more, and saying it at the end like this just out loud makes it just frustrating. The emotional connection and themes of this movie is just one layer too shallow, never reaching the gut punch level that classic Pixar does so well in movies like Finding Nemo and Up. Honestly, this film had the potential of being on that level of emotion, but it just fails a little short. It's unfortunate since I was so excited to see it and had so much hope for it, especially since I love space so much. This movie was so for me. I don't study to be a rocket scientist for no reason. Although now that I say it, maybe that was the underlying reason it fell flat for me. my own expectations being too high. That's why I want to hear from you. What did you think of the movie? Personally, I wish I could give it a higher score, I really do, but in the end, I can't, and therefore Pixar's newest movie, Elio, gets a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you like this video, like it and subscribe also while you're down there. Like I said, I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers, so your help will be much appreciated. Go check out my review on the F1 that came out just a few days ago. I think you really enjoyed that. And until next time, yeah, have a great one.